Hi everyone, welcome back. I want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I know it's not that many yet because I only have 2 videos, but I've gotten a pretty good amount of views. I mean, not that many, but it's kind of cool to at least see that some people are watching. Um, at least some people, I guess, kind of like what I have to say. Um, Today is mine and my husband's anniversary, so I was thinking the topic could be marriage. I guess maybe we can talk about, how we've kept it together for so long. So the other day when I said we were married for 6 years, I kind of messed it up and meant to say we've been together for 6 years, and today we've been married for 3 years. Um, we got married kind of fast. You know, Actually, 2016 will be our 6th year together. So we're almost at 6 years. We have a few more days and then that's our 6th year. So we were together for, 2 years before we got married. We got pregnant with our son. And while I was pregnant, we got married. We wanted to get married anyways. We didn't get married because I was pregnant. But that's when we got married. The way that we met was kind of crazy. We worked together for, I would say, about 2 years. And, I had dated, people. I'm going to take off my glasses because there's a big glare and it looks kind of funny. We were both dating other people. And, so we didn't really think anything of it. We ended up going out one night with a bunch of friends and we, had a few drinks, we're hanging out, and we just started talking, and I really enjoyed talking to him. It was actually a guy that I could talk to that wasn't a complete D-bag, that wasn't just trying to, take me home and this and that, and he was actually a genuinely good person, and I really loved that about him. And ever since then, we've been together every single day, other than when I go visit my family. They live in a different state, so when I go visit them, that's really the only time that we're apart. Or obviously, when he's working. But we've been together every single day since then, and I couldn't be more happy. I seriously have the best husband in the world. We have been through a lot of stuff together. He has stuck by my side in the worst of times. I mean, I've had some very, very hard times over the past, I would say, year and a half to 2 years. And I'm very lucky that he stuck with me through it because, when he made that commitment, he really meant forever. And I am so thankful for that. I would say that the number one thing that everyone who's married probably should do is to remember to still date. Because when you don't do those date nights, you kind of lose your connection. We try really hard at least once a week to do something together, even if it's just, watching a show together before we go to bed, or, a movie or anything like that, or even, just going to lunch together, anything like that. Even if it's just sitting there and talking for, 15 minutes out of your day, that makes a big difference. Because you're keeping that connection alive and you're not, drifting apart from each other. And obviously it's not easy. I will tell you, marriage is not easy. You have to put in a lot of work to keep it going, but it's very worth it. I feel like nowadays marriage is just kind of thrown around and it's not appreciated the way that it used to be. There are divorces all the time, people threatening divorce all the time, or, split up families. When I was in high school, I was one of a couple of my friends that still had parents that were still together. Unfortunately, they're not anymore, but at the time, it was great. And I really, I've always told myself if I'm going to get married, I'm only getting married once and I'm going to stay with that person forever. And, yes, we've had times where, we fight, we argue, but we always work it out. And I really want my son to have a family and have his parents together. I want him when he's 25, or when he has kids, I want my grandchildren to be able to say, my grandparents are still together, if my son has grandkids, or if we have other kids. Once you have a baby, things do change a lot. It is a lot harder because you're so focused on taking care of that baby that, that's when you kind of start to lose, the connection a little bit, I would say. Before you have a baby, it's like you can just go do whatever you want. You can stay out as late as you want, go have fun. Not that you can't have fun when you have a baby, but, you can just get up and go. Stay out till 2 a.m. if you want together. Go have drinks. I don't drink anymore, but, you can do stuff like that. But once you have a baby, it's like you have to find a babysitter. You have to make sure that you're home, at a certain time because, my mother-in-law, she's the one who watches my son. And she's a little bit older, so we can't really stay out too late because she gets tired, obviously. She's in her 70s, and with a toddler, it's not easy. But I don't really trust a lot of people with my son. I don't trust daycares. That's a whole nother topic that we can talk about another day. But definitely keep dating. And I promise that it will really make a difference. If you feel... Now, I want everybody to understand really quick, I am not by any means a psychiatrist or counselor or anything like that. These are all just my opinions, and these are all just based on what I've been through, and that's it. So I don't want anybody to think that, I went to school for this or anything like that. This is just all based on my life and what I've been through. So, that being said, I'll continue, but I just want everybody to understand that because, with my last bullying thing, when I said email me and we'll talk it through, I'm not a professional, but, I am somebody that will listen. So, from my experience, yes, keep the dating going. Even if it's once a month, that will really help. When we had our son, we did lose a little bit of our connection because, we're so intrigued with our baby. We're so busy. When you're a mom and you're breastfeeding, it's like all you do all day long is breastfeed. Change diapers. All you want to do is sleep because you have a newborn baby. Now that my son is older, it's a lot easier for us to be able to go out and do stuff together. And it's, we're at a really good spot now, I feel like. But I definitely do think that a lot of people don't try as hard as they should. I think that every marriage or, every couple should at some point go to counseling together. I think that it does make a difference because you're in a safe environment where you can say what you want and you have a professional guiding you to, tell you, what you could do different. Another good book is that book called, I believe it's The 5 Love Languages. That is a great book. It'll really help you understand what your partner needs. There's also like a little quiz that you can do online. I can't remember the website, but if you just Google like, 5 love languages quiz, it'll probably come up, and you can each take it. And I would, suggest taking it together, which is what my husband and I did, and we saw what each of us needed. And it really, opened our eyes to what kind of love we both needed. Like for me, I'm not a very affectionate person. My husband, on the other hand, is extremely affectionate. So we have to meet in the middle, obviously. And I, not that I'm never affectionate. It's just he is always affectionate and I'm just a little bit less affectionate. So doing that quiz really opened my eyes to what he needs from me. And it opened his eyes to what I need from him. Another thing that I would really suggest is, if you get into an argument, step away for a few minutes. Don't ever talk things out while you're extremely angry, because you're going to say things that you don't mean, and it's really hard to take those back. Again, this is just my personal experience. I've done it before and I felt terrible after because, I have said mean things, and I didn't mean them at all. I love my husband very much. We wouldn't be together today if I didn't. So, just remember those things I said. Date, communicate. I know it's really easy for me to say it than for everyone to do it. But, if you find that you're kind of losing each other, try those things. Now if you're with somebody who is abusive or anything like that, obviously I'm going to tell you to leave. That can't be fixed. That's something that person needs to fix. They need to seek professional help, and they need to fix that before you two can fix anything. With my husband and I, because I suffer from severe depression and anxiety, I see a counselor, and it really helps because she helps me when I feel, like I'm not being a good wife, or if I feel like I'm not being a good mother, which a lot of mothers feel on a daily basis. If I'm in the middle of editing photos or sewing or something like that, and my son wants to play, but I can't at that moment, of course I'm going to feel like a bad mom. So she helps me a lot with that kind of stuff. So, I honestly think that every single person should see some kind of counselor or therapist, psychiatrist, or whatever it may be, because it really does help. And, my husband and I, like I said, we've been together. This will be our 6th year together. And yes, we've had our up and downs, but it's going well. Our son is happy. Another thing that I want to say that is very, very important to me, or to my husband and I, do not yell at each other in front of your children. Because, we never yell in front of our son. And that is the honest truth. We will talk about things in front of him, but we don't yell or act angry in front of him, because we don't want him to grow up being, scared about, scared of us fighting or anything like that. And we don't want him to learn that it's okay to scream or yell at your partner. We don't want him to do that, obviously. And it's just not healthy. It really isn't. It's not healthy for your kids. So that's another thing that I would really suggest, if you do those things, just to try. It's not going to happen overnight, but just try it and see if that makes a difference in your relationship as well. Wait until the kids go to bed or go in another room, and talk it out. And don't yell at each other, because when you're yelling at each other, I know if somebody's yelling at me, I don't want to listen. I'm just like, get out of my face. Don't talk to me. So, not yelling is a really important thing as well. And, I'm very thankful that we've been together for this long. We've got halfway to 10 years, so that's great. And I hope that this little video kind of helps, you know, either newlyweds, or even if you've been together for longer than 10 years and you kind of feel like you're drifting apart a little bit. I hope this will kind of help a little. You know, so if you're a newlywed, congratulations. If you've been together for a long time, congratulations. You know, I really hope that my little videos can kind of help people a little bit. That's the whole point of me making these, and why my topics are about things that I feel are important, like, you know, marriage, bullying. My first one was just kind of babbling, but, you know, I want to be able to help people. I'll do other things here and there too. Like, I was actually thinking about doing maybe one makeup tutorial, because I did get an email asking about my makeup. So I was gonna do one to show you how to do it on a budget, because I don't spend a lot of money on makeup at all. I buy all my makeup at, you know, Walmart, Target, Walgreens, places like that. There's a couple higher end things that I buy or recommend, but I was thinking about doing one of those. So if anybody wants something like that, please let me know. Other than that one person, just leave a little comment. You know, I would like a little bit more feedback, because I know a lot of you are watching these videos, but I would love some more feedback from you guys. I've gotten a few emails, which is nice. But I would love for you to leave some comments. Share these with your friends. If you have any questions, like I said, you know, feel free to ask, and if I can answer them, I definitely will. If I can't, then, you know, I'm really sorry, I can't. So, you know, I really hope that my videos can kind of help people. I really don't have a name for my channel yet, and I need help figuring out what that's going to be. So if you guys can help me with that, that'd be great. Tonight my husband and I went out to dinner, and it was really nice. It was just the two of us. Of course, we missed our little guy. We, you know, towards the end of dinner, we were like, oh, we wish he was here with us, but it's so nice to have that time alone when you're with your baby all the time, because now, you know, I'm a photographer and I make clothes, so I do a lot of it at home, other than if I have a session outside of home, because I have an in-home studio as well. So it's kind of hard, you know, because I'm home all day long when you're a stay-at-home mom. So it's really nice to have those moments where I get to go out with my husband by ourselves, and, you know, we can just talk and reconnect. You know, a lot of people think that reconnecting means that you need to, you know, have sex or stuff like that, but really, reconnecting, you don't have to do that just to reconnect. There's so many other ways. If you can't afford to go out, which, you know, like right now we're, you know, in a little bit of a money bind because my husband just switched jobs. If you can't afford to go out, cook dinner together. Get dressed up nice, like, you know, in like a little skirt or dress, and have your husband get dressed up nice and cook dinner together. Or cook dinner, then get dressed and sit down and eat like if you were at a restaurant. It's really nice. You know, it's a lot of fun, and you'll find that, you know, you're reconnecting in different ways. You know, obviously people can connect with sex all the time, but you want to find those other ways to do it than just sex, because that's going to get old. You know, you want to spice things up and do new things. And I think that, you know, cooking, or, you know, watching a movie, or even just going for a walk, some kind of a little date is really going to help. It's worked for our marriage, and, you know, I'm hoping it'll work for everyone else. You know, obviously sometimes they're not repairable depending on the situation. You know, I don't know everyone's situation. I don't know, you know, if somebody has cheated, or if somebody, you know, I don't know. I obviously don't know everyone. I don't know all of you that are watching this. But I really hope that you take a little bit of my advice and try it. You know, please leave me some feedback. If you're watching this, subscribe. I'm gonna try to do a video every day or every other day. It just kind of depends, you know, on my schedule with my son. This video is a little bit longer. I try to keep them around 10 minutes, but this one's hitting 20, which hopefully it's not too long and you guys don't get bored and then you change the channel. Maybe the next one I'll do is possibly a makeup tutorial. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a full face of makeup today. Eyeliner, eyeshadow, I did a smoky eye, my lipstick. I just learned how to contour, which I don't know if it's that great, but I'm trying. It's a lot of fun actually. I've been doing my makeup every day because I think it's a lot of fun. I know I'm getting a little bit off topic, but I'm really excited about it because I got a bunch of Target gift cards for Christmas. So I went and bought a bunch of new makeup with those gift cards. So I've been having a lot of fun with it. And so maybe I'll do that, or, you know, unless somebody wants me to talk about something. You know, I chose marriage today because it was our anniversary. But another one that I wanted to talk about was breastfeeding, because I had a friend who posted a video on my Facebook about tandem breastfeeding. So I wanted to, I'm not going to talk about it in this one, but my next video, I'm going to talk about tandem breastfeeding. I think what I might do is end this video and then make one more about breastfeeding and tandem breastfeeding and what it is, and kind of explain it a little bit. So thank you all for watching. Again, I really appreciate everybody that has been watching, everybody that has subscribed. I know it's only a couple, but it makes me happy that some people are subscribing. I know it's probably just my friends, but either way, thank you. And again, if you have any questions or anything, just leave a little comment down at the bottom. I would love to hear from you guys. All right, thank you.